Oh, well, good day, everyone. I found you in my battery compartment. What does this mean, you might ask? Well, it means it's time for new house batteries. So I've had this coach for 3 years. When I got it, it had Super Start Fleet heavy-duty batteries in it. They were put in, probably, I'm gonna guess, in Twin Falls, Idaho. And I left them in there. Why? Because they worked. Were they correct? No. I mean, they were an engine start battery and they were running my house stuff. But hey, I kept them rolling. So today's the day. It won't really survive overnight with the furnace going. It gets down into like 9 volts. And it should be able to make it at least 16 hours using the furnace and so on and so forth without having to start the gen when I'm dry camping. So it's time to put in the new lifelines. So you're gonna say, oh, why don't you get the new lithium ions, this, that, you know? No. Lifeline batteries, AGMs, they're gonna last me 5 to 7 years. I'm only gonna cycle them probably, let's say, 50 times a year. I'm not dry camping all the time and living in my unit and living off of this or that, so I don't need a lithium battery that has so many thousand cycles. I just need a good, trusty Lifeline 8D battery. So that's enough ranting and raving about batteries today. I like Lifelines. I've been dealing with them ever since I came back to the industry in 2005. So I'm going to change these batteries out, make sure my inverter configuration is correct for the amp hours that I have and for an AGM battery. So those are kind of the things that you want to make sure of, is when you do put new batteries in or you change styles of batteries, you make sure your inverter set up correctly. Now there is some cases with some inverters that manufacturers have had to use the flooded settings instead of the AGM settings because of the threshold of the float voltages and so on and so forth, and that's why it's key to be able to set those configurations correctly, especially if you're going to do the lithium ion conversion. You're going to want to have chargers and so on and so forth that are set for that. But I mean, you just starts to go out of control when you start to buy batteries of that sense. Now, why don't I just put cheap wet acid batteries in here? I hate them. I can't stand a wet acid battery, and the reason being is because it makes a rusty mess of your coach. I even use an AGM sealed battery on my engine start because I don't want a bunch of rust and so on and so forth. You may notice down at the Motor Coach Country Club, if you look at the back corner or the middle of a coach, every one of them there's a rust spot, and that's because the guys in the blue or the yellow shirts are coming by and they're washing those batteries and they're making a mess. I mean, this coach has got some acid along here. I've got some foam falling off of here. I got a fresh new rivet on here though. Foam fell off on me. But that is nothing. I mean, I've seen the cases where those whole things have to be cut out and replaced on these coaches because the acid and the water and everything is rusted out. And why do I want to spend the time checking the water in my batteries? Especially at my age and even older, which all my viewers are, most of them. We don't have a lot of time left. It's like, why would you use a turd grinder macerator pump to do your sewer drain when you can still use a 3-inch hose? The turd grinder takes way longer than that gravity hose, and it doesn't move the product off the bottom. So just a few things. I'm kind of getting off a subject there, but I'm talking about getting things done the fastest way on our coaches. And I'm going to put another video out this week of just kind of things that I've done this week and things that I've seen this week. And it's just really crazy, the whole RV world. The people that don't know anything, the peoples that do know things, and this and that and the other. And you can always hit me up at brianmoto773. Start to PayPal me with the same email address, brianmoto773 at Gmail. and then we can get on the phone and we can talk about questions you may have about even RVing. So, all right, that's enough of this. I don't want to make this a big, long 15-minute video or anything. I want to keep this thing halfway short, but let's get these batteries changed out in here. All right, so the batteries are done. As you can see here, before I replaced the batteries, unhooked the shore power, made sure the inverter was off. Then in my particular case, made sure that my chassis house echo charger slash combiner was off. I used a blue C with an on-off switch. I can show you that real quick. There's the on-off switch for combined and audio. It's a blue C back there on the very back. It's a 100 amp capacity compared to the little weak Echo Charger 20 amp ones. And then after that, I'm gonna go do my inverter settings and so on and so forth, make sure those are all good. But beautiful day here. About have to take this long sleeve shirt off here. But everybody, hey, thanks for subscribing. Thanks for hitting those like buttons. Hope everybody's doing some comments. I hope you're all having a great day. But that's the way I spent about, let's say, 1,500 bucks flat rate on those batteries is a half-hour piece. I probably did them both in about 15, even with walking to get this other wrench to get those all snugged down good and tight instead of using that adjustable. But the adjustable wrench was a snap-on. So, all right, hey everybody, till next time, bye-bye.